Why I believe that EVs are not the future. I have lots of friends with EVs. I have driven lots of EVs. I have driven Teslas, Nissans, Renault. I've seen what they are capable of, and I also told you I have some friends, and I regularly discuss with them about their issues, about their frustrations with electric vehicles, and I simply believe that they are not the future. The reasons for that are: one, they're expensive; two, they depreciate very quickly; three, battery life is still kind of low, except the Neo ET7, which promises over 1,000 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. And we may also get a battery which is swappable within 5 minutes. The battery is pretty big, around 150 kilowatt hours, and the car itself will be expensive. So unless we have at least 800 kilometers or let's say 500 miles in the real world, in real tests of battery life for an affordable price, nah, no thanks. EVs, not today. Four, in case you keep the car for a longer period of time, the battery replacement cost is huge. In some cases, it's more than the residual value of the vehicle after, let's say, 6 to 8 years. I was looking at different EVs and plug-in hybrids, and I can tell you that some cars, some specific cars, were very undervalued. For instance, the Lexus UX fully electric was around 22,000 euros from 2022-2023 with less than 20,000 miles. By that time, Lexus was promising a 10-year battery life or 1 million kilometers. A warranty. So you had the warranty, you had a battery capacity of around 54, 60 kilowatt hours, so average size, not too small, not too big. The car brand new was like 50, 55,000 euros in Europe. I don't know exactly how much was that in the US. And you get like minus 55% in like 3 years, and without using the car too much. So the depreciation is too big. Charging time, that's another reason, number 5. The charging time is too big. BID promises super fast charging. They have an entire city, which they will build now a factory or multiple factories which are larger than San Francisco in size. And China is advancing EVs at a different pace compared to other competitors. And I think there are other reasons as well. For instance, if you live in an apartment like I do and you do not have private parking, if you don't have underground parking, you will have to charge at public stations, which are a lot more expensive than if you charge at home. We pay in Romania around 1 leu, which is around 0.20 euros, 0.20 to 0.25 euros per kilowatt hour. If you go charge to a public charging station with fast charging, you will pay more than double. In some cases, more than triple. And you have to wait, pay more. And energy consumption is between 12 to 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Last time I had an electric vehicle for test drive, I had around 15 to 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers average driving behavior, let's say. Not too chill, not too sporty, or not too aggressive. It was like average. And I averaged like 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And 15 kilowatts, if you pay at a public charging station, you would pay around 7 to 9 euros per every 100 kilometers, which is more expensive than if you drive a Toyota Yaris, which is a 20,000 euro car with a gasoline engine. It's a full hybrid. It doesn't have a large battery, and you don't have to charge it. You just have to fill in the gas tank. I got a fuel consumption of around 2.8 The lowest, that's the lowest fuel consumption, and on average, I get around 4 to 4.5. If weather conditions are great, I can get 3.6 driving normally around town. But around 4 is more realistic to say. 4 liters per 100 kilometers. I pay around 6 euros or 7 euros, the same amount of money. And if I pay 6 to 7 euros for a hybrid compared to 7 to 9 euros for an electric vehicle at the public station, the battle is lost for EVs. Yeah, I agree. If you have solar panels, if you live at a small house, you have a great price, you charge it at home. Yeah, maybe you don't get 9 euros, maybe you get 3 euros per 100 kilometers or 2 euros if you have solar panels. And we can say that maybe that's a good idea. But most people who drive their EVs around town, they don't have a house or an underground parking, not all of them, and they do not pay 3 euros per 100 kilometers, they pay 7 to 9, I told you. Maybe even more in some specific countries. So it's expensive to run, you don't get free charging anymore, free charges. A few years ago you got this promise like, you can charge for free. Local cities were providing free energy for those who had EVs because there were fewer owners of EVs. Now that energy is more expensive, inflation, and there are more EV owners, it's over with the free stuff. So that's another reason. And I think the last reason is that we do not have any more, at least in Europe, we have lower and lower or even none subventions, no more stimulants, how shall I call them, for purchasing a brand new electric vehicle. In Europe, especially in Romania, the EV sales boomed when the government was giving us 10 to 12,000 euros per vehicle. So let's say you wanted to buy a 30,000 euros Renault Zoe, which is a small car, electric car, whatever, and you got 12,000 euros from the government. You only had to pay 18,000, and if you got free charges or if you charged it at home, you had solar panels, you were basically driving it for free. So it was a great idea, but it's not worth it anymore. You don't get the subvention anymore. There is a subvention, but it's less than half. You don't get free charges anymore, and you have more expensive electricity. So the advantages are gone. And I cannot see this happen on a global scale because you need good conditions, good salaries, infrastructure. Imagine if all this building, I don't know, there are 100 apartments. Imagine 100 apartments with 100 cars. Some have none, some have 3. On average, 1 car. Imagine if you put 100 cars at night to charge. The building and the infrastructure cannot support to charge 100 vehicles at one time. And imagine at a larger scale, a city, a country. In Romania, there are 10 million vehicles registered. Imagine charging 5 million vehicles, maybe not 5 million at the same time, but imagine charging 2 million vehicles at the same time. Energy consumption will go nuts, and we may get some fires, overheating issues, problems, or may run out of electricity because we have to repair stuff, because they may get damaged from such demands. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, we will have solid-state batteries, no doubt, which will be far more efficient than what we have now. But as Toyota said, they will first go to hybrids and plug-in hybrids. Imagine having a Toyota Yaris with the same weight and the same volume, let's say, for the battery, but instead of having 1 kilowatt, you have 5 or 3, I don't know. You have 3 kilowatt hours. The car is much more efficient. You have a greater autonomy in EV mode, and you get an even better fuel consumption. Now imagine if you have, for a plug-in hybrid, instead of having a Camry or a RAV4 or a Prius. The Prius I have driven it, I have test driven it, it's genius. I love that car. The new Prius plug-in hybrid is simply genius. Imagine instead of having 13 kilowatt hours lithium ion to have a 30 kilowatt hour solid state. You would have EV autonomy of around 200, maybe 300 if you drive very efficiently, but let's say 200 kilometers, and you also have an internal combustion engine. Or imagine having a smaller engine like a 1.2, 1.4, inline 3, but downsized engine, and you get a RAV4, which is medium-sized, from 18 kilowatt hours lithium ion to around 50 kilowatt hours. To have a small engine, internal combustion engine, with a large capacity solid-state battery instead of an EV. You would have around 300 kilometers range, plus you have the internal combustion engine. In my opinion, we can optimize what we have, we can optimize hybrids, we can reduce the number of cars, we can optimize public transport, we can have more efficient engines, we can use LPG because it's clean. We can do a lot of things to make things more efficient than they are. And in my opinion, EVs have a long way until mass adoption. From mass adoption, when we will have more EVs on the roads than internal combustion engines. For the moment, it's only, I think, in Norway and maybe in China, in some Chinese cities. And other than that, it's a long way to go. Imagine in Saudi Arabia, in the Emirates, in Qatar. They will not go on EVs. It's useless. From what I have read, they have agreed to the Green Deal, but not to exclude gasoline engines, but to plant billions of trees. So I think it's a good strategy. We should plant billions of trees instead of going fully electric. Just my opinion. I've driven, I have never owned, I own hybrids, I own a diesel. I like to be eco-friendly, I like to pollute less, but I cannot see a fully electric future within the next 20 to 30 years. So 2035, the official EU target, the official Green Deal target, is not that realistic. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.